Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Spellcross, the final battle. You may or may not see this episode. I've tried to record an episode where we fight this map specifically, and it is infuriating. It is not fun, and I'm about to completely quit the game because it is absolutely horrible. This is the opposite of fun, and this stuff should be burned to the ground. I absolutely loathe this game right now. I cannot stand it. I find it insulting to even play this game. But we're gonna continue, we're gonna try it, because maybe it's just a level. So what happens is, first, we have these enemies. Of course, the game doesn't warn you have these enemies over here. Those are spiders, those are range units. That even though they have 23 damage against vehicles, they're gonna do a fair damage to vehicles, even when they have less. They're not gonna miss. Then you've got orcs with plasma guns or rocket launchers, whatever they've got over there. And the thing is that we have to escort these convoys, right? And the enemy will spawn, scripted spawns, as you move the convoys along the road. Which means that the fact that the game doesn't warn you that you have new enemies, and the fact that the enemy spawns, makes it very hard to actually not throw a fit of tantrum. Because it is extremely frustrating, given the number of limited saves you've got, to go through this mission without actually uninstalling the game. That's a very difficult feat to achieve, I got to say. Not only that, but the enemy just knows where your artillery is located, because the enemy obviously is the AI, so it cheats by knowing the location of your units and doesn't hide it. So they just go straight forward towards your artillery and just only take kills. There are not even wounds are not even on the table anymore. It's just kills. Now, some may find this entertaining. I do not. I think that this is stupid, this is dumb, and it's not fun. I will stick by it. But maybe it's just this level. Maybe it's just this level. This game is giving me fantasy general vibes, and that's not good. Trust me. If a game gives you fantasy general vibes, that's bad. That's truly the worst that you can actually experience, because man, that game, oh, how it loved to kill you and make you restart an entire campaign out of spite. But let's try to be positive, right? Because the world wants you to be positive. You cannot be honest on this platform. You've got to fake this positivity where, oh no, you can't say bad things about the game that is bad. You've got to be happy. You got to bring happiness. Well, fuck. No. Let's be positive, guys. Let's be positive. It's an amazing game. It is what it is, right? We cannot complain, or we can run the risk of butt hurting people. So let's not complain. Okay, this is an amazing game with zero flaws. All right, we should not be frustrated by the flaws. We can eat shit and be happy about it. That's what the point of YouTube is, right? Eat shit and be happy that you are doing it. That's the point of YouTube. So let's just move, because at the end of the day, you are a content creator. I'm not a content guys. I'm not a content creator. I'm a guy that plays old games. I don't give a solitary flying crap about being a content creator. I don't have any wild dreams of becoming the next PewDiePie or whatever internet personality you think it's famous. I don't give a shit. Which is why my channel sucks. Right? I don't care. I'm just here playing nostalgic games. And sometimes these nostalgic games are really dog shit. That's the reality. You know, when you're young, yeah, sure, you could eat some more of this stuff. But some games you just remember they're good, but when you play them, they're not that good anymore. Because as you grow older, you have less tolerance for shit. That's my opinion. You can take it as a fact, but it's my opinion. Look at that. Use the Gepard to kill this thing. And this game right now fell from grace. Like, I loved it when it was the first chapter, the second chapter. Sure, it was a little bit frustrating, but it was because I was new to the game, I didn't know that much, you know. But right now though, I cannot help but feel extremely not wanting to play this game. It doesn't do a great job because it introduces these spawning mechanics that are just bad. They're purely bad. There's no other explanation for how the developers conceive this thing. So let's try to get through this level. I will try to not insult too much whoever made this game and try to not vent or to build up some frustration. We know the game is like that. There's nothing I can do about it. Let's chill. At least for this mission. I'm gonna spawn some enemies by moving the convoys around. I'm gonna kill those Magotars because reasons. Why not? But I think this whole stuff of keeping a positive attitude, it's really not my style, honestly. I'm not one of those guys that can fake it. I'm not good at faking. I don't care about faking stuff. If something is bad, I'm gonna say it's bad. Right now, this mechanic is bad. Like right now, you see, nobody's coming. Nobody's coming, right? I know for sure that there's a fixed spawn of enemies that is just behind this tree. There are some spiders and some orcs, right? So we can move, and there is something over there. We can try to take care of this guy, but I don't know if it's a good idea. Right now, let's just keep moving forward. Anyone left behind? No. Okay. So as you can see now, I have to spot the enemy. There is for sure someone here. There you go. The spiders are over there. There are more enemies coming. I could draw the enemy towards me, but that means taking some real damage, and real damage is bad. I can attack these spiders and fall back. Now, they will come here and try to attack all my artilleries and all my stuff. That is true. So let's see if I can actually demolish these guys without actually suffering too much. Okay. I'm gonna go back one square. It's not gonna do much.
I understand.
Let's try to take down this spider. Alright. What I want to do is move the Udas a little bit forward. You're gonna move a little bit backward. Let's see what we can do. Now you're gonna fall back. Let's see what happens. There should be... Oh, I didn't move the jeep. And now I'm gonna take a lot of damage. Okay. More spiders. Okay. So the orcs did not spawn, or they are not present. They're there. So the enemy is coming. So let's try to take care of these guys as they come. Luckily we've got some artillery. We can deal with these guys, no problem. There you go. So these guys are probably gonna do something. I can take these guys down like so. Ideally I'd like to move my jeep back, and you guys need to move a little bit back so that the Udas is the one taking the damage. Right?
I understand.
This is artillery. So we do this, right? We should be fine. The Udas should take the damage, right? I hope. If the tanks take the damage, that's fine too. Alright, the orcs are coming. They're all gonna try to damage the Udas. They do not have enough strength to deal that much damage. Now, of course, the enemy landed 4 kills. So it is truly bad when a game does that. What can I do? The game is what it is. Not a single wound, and they don't even have the attack to do that much damage, but they took the kills. Okay. You know, there's not much I can do. There's not much I can do. It's just eat shit or anything else. Who cares? But, you know, it's the game. You see how much? 4 kills. Out of what? I don't know. It's the game. Let's deal with this guy. We have to kill those guys, and that's about it. And he survives with what, like minor number of people in his unit, because of course. Now let's deal with these spiders. I should be able to deal with them, hopefully. Sadly, it takes an entire unit to kill one spider. It is what it is. You have absolutely no chance. So we have a little bit of a problem, as you can see now. You got your level back. Good job. Now these spiders are gonna attack me and they're gonna destroy me. But that's fine because we have to be positive, guys. Don't you forget. Oh, look at that. You have to be positive. So be positive. We are so happy that we lost so many units. Just be happy. Don't let it get to you. Right? Be happy. That's why you have so much mental health issues. Because people try to fake this happiness thing. No, don't be happy. Just be angry. Be angry. That's the solution to all your problems. Be angry at whatever. And this guy just came all the way down to shoot the artillery. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. And he took 3 kills. Guys, do you think in this situation I'm going to accept the result? Do you think I can accept this result? Do you think I want to keep playing this game? Because I really don't want to. It's not fun for me. Like, what's the point, right? Am I a quitter? I don't give a shit. I just don't want to put up with the stupid notions that this game is actually good. Like, this guy came right here to damage my artillery. So you have a set range of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could have seen the artillery. The thing is that these guys are just moving inside my army just to strike at my artillery. Do I even want artillery anymore? Or do I want just tanks? I have no money. I can't do shit. It's gonna cost me full price to just change a unit into something. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It definitely doesn't feel fun. It's possible that for some people this is fun. It's not my idea of fun. because it just becomes too frustrating. Like, this shit thing can't do shit, can't take damage. Why do you even exist? I do not know. Can I upgrade you? No, I cannot. Too bad. So I can get Andurital. I can do this research and wait for it to be done. Support unit released after the decided battle finally arrived among the veteran rangers from the... Wow, rangers! The spider-like arachnoids haven't taken part in any of the attacks on the Alpine forest, but have set their own bases in the occupied areas instead. No, I don't give a shit anymore. Are we even finishing this thing? Convoy in the west asking for help. Sure. Nobody cares. Am I finishing this research? Obviously not. Probably the best armor to ever appear, yes, but I cannot research it before this battle. So I have to take this battle regardless. I don't know what to say. I'm extremely tempted to drop this game. Because it's just to the point of being too frustrating. It's just not fun anymore for me. Maybe it is for someone else, I do not know. But it's definitely not fun. Also, every unit I recruit is at level 0, which means that they're gonna get slaughtered by literally everything. So I don't know. What am I supposed to do now? I don't have the tools to deal with those spiders and those spawning enemies. And you didn't even see them. I have the radar, sure. That doesn't help me. All my units have low range, except for the Abrams and the AMXs. Like, this whole cadre of units is absolutely worthless. Worthless. Maybe the flamethrowers. Maybe those guys can be salvaged because they have a decent range at the very least. No, range 7. It's just shit. The Elmag has 7 range, even with a colonel piloting it. Of course, it doesn't give you range. There's really no point. I can upgrade to what? I can upgrade to a Leopard. That's gonna cost me cash, right? So I can turn those units into, I don't know, tanks. But then I have the matter of all this infantry doing absolutely nothing. I can turn this thing and at least it's gonna do something. Then I have the issue of ordering some units. So if I do this, okay, we're gonna save anyways. So we're gonna reload the save anyways. If I now get this tank, right, and I get some artillery here, I can wait a couple of turns, right? Yes, you lost all your upgrades, so now I have to upgrade you from scratch, which takes me 3 turns. And a lot of cash. Just to upgrade the armor. Then I would have to upgrade everything else. You can upgrade the cannon here. Sure. But that's all I can do. That's all I can afford. So I'm gonna wait. Nobody cares. So we have managed to upgrade those things. But this starts at level 1. And you have 12 range, which is not that bad. All in all. You actually have no damage. I can put you into the regiment. Part 2. Put those guys here. Alright, now they get the bonuses. But that's about it. Now I have 2 turns to do this. and complete this mission. And I never understood the concept of like putting units that will scale badly and will become useless over the course of the game. I never understood that concept. Like there's an entire class of units that is absolutely useless. It's like, why do you implement these units if they are useless? Maybe I'm supposed to upgrade those transports? Who knows? What I do know is that I need to get some experience. But you cannot get the experience because you cannot hit these guys. You see the point? Is even if... Like here I lost some experience because I upgraded these guys, but they're not getting any experience against these ones. So what I'm left with is a broken army. These guys are doing 0 damage. So I can kill these 4 spiders no problem. But can I deal with the enemies that come after the spiders? That's the big problem. Right? And I'm missing. I'm missing left and right. So I'm extremely tempted to drop this game. I don't know how people have the fortitude to play through these games. I honestly don't understand. It's beyond my scope. I just cannot fathom anyone going through the pain of this game or games like this. Maybe the issue is with me. Maybe it is within me. Maybe it's just where you are in life that makes the difference. Maybe the anger comes from the inside and it's just the little tolerance threshold you have for bullshit. Maybe that's something that comes from the inside. I do not know. I'm not an expert on the matter. What I do know is that I can recognize when something is bad. And some people accept the fact that something is bad. I don't. But maybe there are levels of bad that you can tolerate. Sometimes it's just too bad. I do not know. I mean, like the AI going for your... See, this is the problem with these games. The AI goes for your artillery, which is a sensible move if you have a plan. Now, what is the problem with that? Is that the enemy AI that goes for your artillery has 0 survival accountability. Like, they do not care if they die because there are so many of them. They don't care if they die, so each unit acts like a Zerg. It's not like they have, like, they care about dying or stuff like that. No, they just go. They just go. They get inside of your troops just to get that artillery unit, which makes it very inconvenient to have artillery units now. Because it's not against orcs, it's about these creatures that can long range you into death. Regardless, I derailed a lot. Now, even if I knew where the enemy was, could I win this? No, because the enemy aggroes you with a very weird range. It is so weird that it doesn't even make any sense. Like the guys do aggro you from outside of their sight range, which beats completely the purpose of strategy. Like, if you think there is a strategy involved in this game, you are completely wrong. Because the game can simply choose to not adhere to any strategic protocol. and rules. If you have a side 6 and you aggro me from side 7 without anyone spotting me, then you're cheating. And the AI in this game cheats quite a lot. So, we're slowly moving these guys forward. Now I could aggro and lure the enemies toward me, right? That could be a choice, assuming I can actually do that. You see, there are no spiders here. Why do you think there are no spiders here? Can I use this to my own advantage? I do not know. Now there are spiders. And we don't see any more spiders. So let's bring these guys back. Let's see if we can maybe work something out. Finally we get some opponent fire, which is not bad. This guy probably wanted to get a shot on my artillery. And that worked only because I got opponent fire, otherwise. Now the enemy is definitely resting on the sides. You're an Abram, you cannot even take the damage on this thing. No experience. It's another thing that really bothers me, is no experience. Can't do anything here.
Yes, sir.
I have this thing that can potentially attack this thing and miss. Okay, you got some experience at the very least.
Yes, sir.
Now let's go and check if there are enemies coming through here.
Movement here.
There is a spider over there. So let's just move backward and wait for the enemy to come. Get attacked by the spider. It doesn't move through.
Stand. Waiting for orders.
So they're standing there waiting for... Okay, the leopard is attacking, good. We have this leopard which cannot attack this guy. Only one attack and then you're out of charges.
Yes, sir.
You can attack this guy and miss. See how easy it is for me to miss an attack, but for the enemy it's the opposite.
Yes, sir.
It definitely feels one of those cases of rules for me, but not for the...
I understand. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
where the enemy just operates on a different level.
I understand.
Let's take down these spiders. Another level? Great.
Waiting for orders.
There are more spiders here, just outside my sight range.
Understand.
Let's try to take them out, because they can definitely move inside my formation. And there you go. How many artillery shells do I have to throw before I can actually kill? And there are orcs here. So, we have these enemies. We have no artillery available for... Oh, well, maybe we do have some artillery. Of course it's... Look at this. Look at this. I can hit this thing. I cannot hit this thing. How does this make any sense? I have no idea. Probably because this is in... Yeah, it probably makes sense. It's probably due to how calculates range.
I understand.
Of course I cannot move. Can you move this way? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Can I actually attack this orc from here? Yes. Good. More?
Waiting for orders.
There are more enemies coming, and I don't have the capacity to actually deal with these guys. So we're gonna take a lot of damage, and these guys are probably gonna attack my
Waiting for orders.
my artilleries. If they manage to attack the Udas... No, they attacked my artillery. Well, that went better than expected.
Waiting for orders. Movement here.
I can probably attack these guys, but first I want to make sure I'm gonna damage these guys. See, that was a tactical mistake by my part, on my part, because I sent this artillery
Yes, sir.
too close to the enemy.
I understand.
You got a lot of experience though.
I understand.
You gain a level. And now I can use the Judas to gain some experience. Now,
Next target, sir.
there is a spider over here.
Receiving.
We can shoot the spider. What can we use to actually destroy this spider? Can use this guy. Okay, so we can now
Yes,
rest.
sir.
And that's about it. So what I can do is see if there is anything else. No, there is this guy, but I'm gonna move away. Hopefully he won't be able to reach me. We get some opponent fire, which is not that bad, but that's about it. They did something, I suppose.
I understand.
You cannot reach those things. You can shoot a couple of times and miss,
I understand.
of course. How can you even... Okay, now can we get some kills here? Can you get a kill? You can. Good job. Should I give the kill to this guy though?
Waiting for orders.
So it seems to me like we have killed most of the enemies here. Okay, let's move forward.
Receiving. Receiving.
Alright,
Receiving.
so the notion of pulling the enemies is something that works in the beginning. When you actually have the high ground and you can actually attack the enemy. But once that is gone, it's gone, and you know.
I understand. I understand. I understand.
I do vent quite a lot though. Must say, I do. It takes very little for me to rage on a game when I'm recording a Let's Play. When I'm not recording a Let's Play, I'm very chill. You may believe me or you may not believe me, but I rarely ever rage when I'm playing a game by myself or with people, unless those people are douchebags, in which case I rage against them, not against the game. But when I'm not talking about League of Legends, by the way, not talking about PvP games. I'm talking about cooperative games where people are actively acting like dumbasses.
Waiting. I understand.
Because I find it very disrespectful to waste people's time. Like, what are you, a teenager? We're all grown-ups here, so... But I rarely rage against the game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sometimes when something stupid happens, I go, nope. I literally go, nope, and I quit the game.
I understand. I understand.
But I don't rage.
Receiving. Waiting for orders.
It's just when I'm recording videos that I rage, and I have no idea why. It's probably because it's a waste of time to replay the same section over and over again. It may be that,
Receiving. Receiving. I understand.
and I think that when you start,
I understand.
it doesn't require you to be like a veteran or like a successful game developer. It just takes you to develop enough games that you see
Receiving.
how you can make a game into something that is like, how much effort would it take for this game to be better? You know what I mean? It is the effort uh, small enough that this game could be better and awesome if only the developers took the extra minute steps to make it happen. You know what I mean? Does it take that much? Probably not. It's just that you make this, you just see, because you know, you go through. I'm not talking about you made a game, it's a ball that moves and bounces. I'm talking about you made a game with a loot system, a balancing act, a story, level design, all those things. When you make that, you just can't unsee the problems that most games have. Games of this era, by the way, and even modern games to some extent. You just can't unsee that because you know that you just went through the same stuff, and you know it just takes a little bit of more effort. You know, you can fix me being bad at the game, or in this case this game, but you can fix the game being frustrating beyond belief. That's something you have the power to do. And once you start making games, you realize that it takes very little effort. It's actually a question of, am I working for the player or am I working against the player? Because if you're working for the player in order for them to have fun, you're gonna create a challenge for them. But it's not a challenge to put them down in any cheaty way possible. It's just a challenge that, like, it's like handling a kid. You put a kid in a sandbox and the kid figures out. Is it challenging to figure it out? Who knows? That's for the kid to say. But the point is that you put the kid in a sandbox and he's gonna come up with a plan to make something, right? That's the point of a sandbox. Is that to make the kid develop the correct set of traits that you need to be successful in life. Not in a job or anything, just in life. Sure, you're gonna catch some disease. Especially when kids touch everything and then put it in their mouth, eyes and ears. What's the worm called? There's a worm that is in the sandbox, in the sand. But the concept is, I put you in a level, I design the level so that the level is there. It's not gonna mutate, it's not gonna change or add anything on the fly. The level is there so that when you reach a certain point, look, you see the monster, you see the challenge. That's the challenge. Okay. Do whatever you want within the confines of the game's laws, and the enemy has to respect the same laws to some extent. So the idea of scripting enemies to spawn is a horrible idea. It's horrendous in its nature. It's like, hey, here's a sandbox, but as soon as you touch the sand in a certain place, it's gonna take you to another place. I'm gonna remove the sand. Everything you've done, I'm gonna remove it. Just because you touched that particular spot. And it doesn't make much sense, but you understand what I'm trying to say here. The problem is that the game becomes unfun when you add your own rules and the enemy just doesn't follow your rules. What are we even talking about? At some point, you have to ask, is this even fun? When you do that, you're removing the fun of a strategy game when you spawn enemies. Because the fun of a strategy game, let me tell you, the fun part of a strategy game is to create a strategy. I know it's shocking. Is to create a strategy around which the player destroys the enemy or wins. The strategy may be correct or incorrect, which results in the player dying, But it's fair. Like, the enemy is over there, you can see it. You can
Understand. I understand.
you can strategize around it. But the problem is that these old games, they do not do that.
Yes, sir.
They have no interest in that.
Understand. Receiving.
They just go through this trial and error where you have to know exactly where every spawn is
Understand.
in order to not restart from scratch the entire game. That is not cool. That is not good. It's frustrating
Waiting for orders.
and it's downright stupid. Now, there has to be someone here. I don't know exactly where, but there has to be someone. Because in the episode that you will not see because I went on a rage spree like I usually do, there were enemies here. Now, I think these guys do spawn
Yes, sir.
somewhere. As soon as I move these convoys,
I understand.
let's try to do that. Let's see if they spawn enemies.
Yes, sir.
Whatever the case.
I understand. Yes, sir. Receiving. I understand.
As I was saying, you just learn to spot those things,
I understand.
and you learn to see
Receiving. Next target, sir.
the level of not effort that has been put into
I understand.
polishing the game.
Yes, sir. Receiving.
And you can see when the developer is trying to screw you,
Receiving.
because you just feel it. It's just, this is not fair by the game's rules. Or it's just absurdly impossible level of difficulty that just, you know, destroys you. Now I'm gonna move the trucks ahead.
Receiving.
I'm curious to see if this spawns some enemies. I know there are some enemies here. But there are some enemies that do spawn that I do not appreciate. Now, I know for sure that the enemy is gonna spawn somewhere along these lines. The question is, where exactly are you gonna spawn?
Receiving.
Because they were spawning right here. But now they're not spawning anymore, so I question that. It's very weird, very weird. Maybe we need to move all of your units. Okay, let's move this guy over here. There's a bunch of enemies that spawn over here. Once you cross a certain part, the enemy is gonna spawn a bunch of dudes. The question is the convoy the trigger? Or maybe those guys spawn only if you have nobody inside.
I understand.
What's it gonna be?
I understand.
I want to move my Humvee,
Next target, sir.
and I want to be very careful here, because I know for sure enemies are gonna spawn.
I understand.
That's gonna be a problem.
Yes, sir. Receiving.
I know for sure they're gonna spawn. I just don't know when or where.
I understand. I understand.
So we're gonna move all our units over here.
Yes, sir. I understand. I understand.
There may be a trigger I did not completely trigger.
Receiving. Receiving. Yes, sir.
We'll see about that.
Receiving.
Maybe I will be able to get past this.
Waiting.
So I'm gonna end the turn now. There doesn't seem to be anyone spawning, which is very weird because when I played, there were lots of enemies spawning
I understand.
in that forest.
Receiving.
I just don't understand why this time around they did not spawn, which is very weird, to be honest.
I understand.
Very weird.
I understand.
In fact, I don't understand why they're not spawning.
I understand.
They should be spawning.
I understand. I understand.
Maybe it's, yeah, probably there's a trigger on the ground.
I understand.
But me going through the north side and section did not quite spawn those guys.
Receiving. I understand.
Maybe.
I
It
understand.
is possible. The level of jank in this game is great, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually the case.
I understand.
And my units did not trigger anything.
Receiving.
It's very likely.
Receiving. Yes, sir.
Very likely. Or maybe now they're gonna spawn, I don't know. I just know there were some machine gunners with on top of spiders. Right here, somewhere around this area. Now they're not spawning, which is
Next
concerning
target,
and weird at the same time.
sir. Receiving. Next target, sir.
I might have just avoided that spawn. I can't figure it out. But I might have just avoided that spawn,
Understand.
which makes me believe that I should probably avoid the road,
Receiving.
as it may spawn too many things. I don't know, it's a possibility, guys.
I understand. I understand.
But this thing about spawning is really something that triggers me. Regardless, I every time I say I need to contain my rage.
Waiting.
Well, today I did not. In this episode that you're gonna see, I did not rage. I did rage in the previous because the game really got me good. But
Receiving.
you know, there's a level of patience that I have,
Understand.
and a level of tolerance I can put up with. But I don't know why I go into this rage thing.
Receiving. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand.
It's probably a time issue where I have to just see? I told you. They were behind. I told you.
Waiting for orders.
There you go.
Here.
They spawn right behind. That's the mechanic I was talking about. These are not even all the enemies. See, there are these guys who are orcs. So now these guys are gonna destroy me.
Sir.
No question about it. I can't do anything.
Waiting.
There's nothing I can do.
Receiving.
You see why I'm frustrated by those things? There was no one. Now suddenly it's full of enemies. How is this fun? I do not understand. But the game is like that.
I understand.
It might have been timed, it might have been whatever. But it's just not a good game mechanic. Because
Receiving.
it's unnecessary frustration. All my units are over there, now we have to turn around and deal with these guys that came from a place which has been thoroughly cleared. So there is no chance
I understand.
that these guys could spawn or could be missed. See, this is why I don't like these games when they do that. They have no reason to do that. Like, if your game is solid, when your strategy game is solid, you don't need to do this. Why would you do that? There's no reason at all
Waiting.
to do anything like that. You don't need to do this.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to. It's that easy. Is it difficult?
I understand.
Also, I'm not getting any experience. You see?
Yes, sir.
So now we have a problem.
Yes, sir.
Cannot reach this guy. There you go. But it turns out there were not spiders with miniguns, but just annoying spiders. So now we have to turn around. We took a massive amount of damage. That artillery, we can recover from that. That's not a big issue. That artillery was new. It doesn't take much to recover.
I understand.
But still, you see the issue, right? Enemies spawning in your back for whatever reason. Is it fun? No, it's not.
I understand.
It doesn't matter how you spin it, it's just not fun. Now, is there anything else that comes at me? Who knows? Who knows? Seriously. Do you know? I don't know. So, it's really tempting to say, you know what, if you have to cheat that much
Receiving.
to get me, is it even worth it to
Waiting.
like get into this level of frustration
I understand.
because you devised a plan to screw me over? Like, what kind of strategy games makes enemies spawn
Receiving.
not in a place you've never been before, but in a place you've already been,
Receiving.
a place you've cleared and you know there is no one, and 1 second later there are enemies? Is that a good game mechanic? No, it's not.
Receiving. Receiving.
It is not, absolutely not. It's bad.
Yes, sir. I understand.
It's a difficulty for the sake of difficulty. It has nothing to do with your skill.
Waiting.
It's a difficulty that is there to make you reload your game and to make you restart if you take too much damage. That is a bad game mechanic.
Next target, sir.
Like, I cannot get better and like have the gift of prescience
I understand.
and knows exactly when the enemy is gonna spawn in the future map. There is no skill level involved in this.
Receiving.
So everything that happens,
Receiving. I understand. Receiving.
it's just someone punching you in the face for no reason.
Receiving.
You don't learn to... it doesn't even make sense. But you get what I'm trying to say, right?
I understand.
Surely.
Yes, sir. I understand. Yes, sir.
All I can say is that the game, it is what it is.
Receiving. Yes, sir.
We should all learn from Chinese culture, and the way they think is
I understand.
there is no point in complaining because you cannot change these things. Things are what they are. You cannot change these things. If you cannot change these things, deal with it. I can either stop let's playing this game
Receiving.
or go through it.
Receiving.
That's the choices I've got.
Waiting for orders.
But that's enough for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Take care.